acoustic sounding little amphitheater. It's like echoing all around me. That's cool. I'm near Council Bluffs, Iowa, near Omaha, Nebraska. I've never been here before. I've never been to Omaha. Jessica, this is the moment before you've ever driven through Omaha, Nebraska. I'm driving through half of Nebraska today, the other half tomorrow, on my way to Colorado, a little bit through Wyoming, and it's kind of the adventure of a lifetime. Or at least my lifetime so far. I've traveled a lot in my life, but I've never been west, really. Except a couple places in plains. But I've been to almost all of the eastern states. And I've been to Europe, like 9 countries in Europe, or 6 or 7 countries in Europe. I think 7. A lot of travel when I was younger. Studied abroad in London. Anyway. I have a lot of deep beliefs about the fact that I'm finally traveling west. I share this all the time, but there was a book I read when I was 18 about vision quests. And it said that some people, I believe it was a particular Native American tribe, believes that heading north means examining issues of the mind, heading south means examining issues of the heart, and heading east was examining your past, and heading west was exploring your future. And I have head in all directions really for most of my life, mostly east, which makes sense if you look at how much I explore my past and trauma, but I've head in all directions except really west. So here we go, new adventures. Earthwork Harvest Gathering would have been this weekend. Taking a different adventure instead. There is a virtual version. I wasn't able to be a part of it because I was in Minnesota at the time and I couldn't get a video done for them in time by the deadline. Alright. Song before crossing into Nebraska for the first time in my life. I've flown over it. I remember making a mental note about the Platte River, Platte Valley, Platte something. Platte. Oh well, whatever. I don't know what I'm feeling. I have a friend who's from western Iowa, which is where I am. Did I say that? I'm near Council Bluffs. I don't know exactly where she's from. Well, this one's for you, Chair. It takes a village, it takes all kinds of people to make life feel. Takes a planet to change minds. It takes an echo, afterthought. It takes great vibration to change the world, and I believe we're changing for good. It takes a new kind of atmosphere to be wiser, better, clearer each year. It takes 100,000 eyes to see the truth right before our eyes, and our minds get blurry to still life, education numbs the truth sometimes. But I don't want to believe in forward everything I don't want to think I know the answers I don't want to lie to you and me, because everything's changing all the time. There's one true life that's changing you and I. It's here with me, it's on our side. And I don't own the light, and they don't own the light, and we don't own our light, we're just borrowing. It's like aliens, it's like Santa Claus, we don't own the things that we're borrowing. And I can be me, and you can be you. We can be wise, we can be a little more clear, year after year after year after year. Year after year after year. One weird thing with improv songs is that even if while I'm making it up, I hear a structure and I want to follow it, I can't do it perfectly because it's improv and it's frustrating. Because like I was feeling different structures, but I would choose something that was a little slightly off from what I would hear in my head, and I'd be like, dang it! Like whether it was a lyric that I was like, it's just a little off from what would have felt really cool, or a chord progression that will just deviate a little bit from the way I wanted to go. And I feel sometimes like I have like spiritual, angelic kind of help a lot of the time, but I don't always have it. It's not like every chord. I'm not just like a puppet for God or an angel or the universe or aliens, if that's what you believe. But like, I don't know. But I do feel like a guidance while I'm writing. And people have said that throughout the ages. There's nothing inherently that special about it. It's not everybody that maybe feels that way when they write songs, but a lot of people do. Like a divine kind of feeling of guidance. Inspiration. And I've learned through all kinds of challenges that I've done, 5090fawm.com or .org, FAWM. You can look that up. I've rambled about it before. And I'm on the road. I'm trying to keep going. So, there's a lot of things that pushed me to find that faucet, to find that valve inside of myself, to just be able to make up songs whenever I want to. But it's a weird thing. It's a weird choice, because if you make them up all the time, you can sometimes lose the spark. You can make them up when you don't necessarily feel inspired, and then that's not necessarily worth putting in the world. Or maybe it is. I don't know. It's my Emily Dickinson belief and mindset of, well, she apparently wrote thousands and thousands of poems, but some people say they were all garbage and only a few were good. And I should have thought like, oh, well, then I better be cautious and careful. But instead, that story, when I heard it in college, actually inspired me. I was like, oh, good. You can spend your whole life writing and end up, sorry, people are looking at me because I'm talking to myself in public. I don't really care. I mean, I used to care. I mean, I a little bit care. Mostly I don't care. Not because I'm never going to see them again, but because it's just okay to be weird. Like, I don't have to overlay it with the thought of like, well, I don't know her and I'll never run into her again. I'm like, no, even if I knew her, I would just try to accept that I'm weird. You know, it's weird to accept being weird when you never wanted to be weird. I never wanted to be weird. I didn't do this when I was younger. I would not have played even one ukulele song in public I think it's about 6 years ago now. Not even one. And then slowly I started doing it. Different inspirations inspired me too. Grand Haven was a great place to try doing it. And now I obviously do it all the time. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting sun just from driving. It's like, alright, I should go because I took a kayak adventure, as you know, in central Iowa, and I'm only to western Iowa, and I still have half of Nebraska to go for today, and then the other half, and then Colorado. Alright, have a lovely day. Bye.